Back at you again. Back at you again. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's gonna be like the law side. Law side. Gonna go right in it. Gonna go right in it. Just been ain't for to go too deep. Just for the go into rights, rights that you really probably didn't know that you had, or case laws that's preserving the rights of the people or preserving the rights of you. So I'm gonna go into like the definition of jurisprudence. They say the philosophy of law, the science which treats the principles of positive law and relations. The term is wrongly applied to actual systems of law or to current views of law or to suggestions for its amendment, but is the name of a science. This science is formal or analytical rather than a material one. It is the science of actual or positive law. It is wrongly divided into general and particular, or into physiological and historical. It may therefore be defined as the formal science of positive law. In the proper sense of word, jurisprudence is the science of law, namely that science which has for its function to ascertain, the principles of which legal rules are based, so as not only to classify those rules in their proper order and to show the regulation in which they stand to one another, but also to settle the matter in which new or doubtful cases should be brought about upon appropriate rules. You see the preserving of the rights. And it's a jurisprudence is more a formal than a material science. It has no direct concern with question of moral or political policy, for they fall under the province of ethics and legislation. But when a new or doubtful case arises to which two different rules stem, when taken literally, to be equally, applicable, it may be, and often is, the function of jurisprudence to consider the ultimate effect which would be produced if each rule were applied to an infinite number of similar cases, and to choose that rule which, when so applied, will produce the greater advantage of the community. So, like, yeah, that's what jurisprudence is. It's the science of positive law, and that's what it's like to preserving, to preserving of it. And it is not, it is in no direct concern with questions of moral or political policy, so it don't have nothing to do with political policy. But as far as like being aware of it, know as far as like the science of it, so you would not be trapped into it. That's the science. That's the science of jurisprudence. The philosophy of law. And philosophy, shoot like the love, love of wisdom, shoot like the principles of positive law and legal relations. And it's all about, legal, civics, confidential law, shoot general, like all this stuff, like it's something that we supposed to keep in our arsenals. So we could build up right, because like how you gonna overtake? It ain't about overtaking the beast. How you gonna detach from the beast if you don't know who the beast is, or if you don't know the details, or how the beast think? So so, and the next definition, fundamental law, the law which determines the constitution of government in a state and prescribes and regulates the matter of its existence. The organic law of a state, the constitution, that's fundamental law. Organic law, the fundamental law or constitution of a state or nation, written or unwritten. That law or systems or laws or principles which defines and establish the organization of its government. By the way. Yeah, yeah, and by the way, she like this coming from, all coming from like Black's Law Dictionary, fourth edition, I think. Okay. And it's a society, an association, of company, of persons. But it's a generally not incorporated, so it's unincorporated people, sentient beings of the Most High Law. She like we can have our own society, but it's already been built as the Most High's children coming together and building amongst one another, as as all nations or different nations coming together as one. So that's what it's all. That's what it's all about with the society. It's a generally not incorporated, united together for any mutual or common purpose. So that's community. That's common unity. Like you have. Every everybody have everything in common, dealing with like national origin, culture. Y'all look the same with y'all gowns or whatever like that. Y'all in uniform. Y'all. Have a absolute formation. As a grand body. Then y'all can speak dealing with the with different nations and consuls because like you're the grand body, you're in uniform, and that's the society, not incorporated. I say and it's important. These two is important. It's a just sanguinis. A person's citizenship is determined by the right of blood, that of the parents. This rule is following as most countries. So like just sanguinis is like determined of right by blood, that of parents. So that's dealing with the bloodline. That's dealing with the bloodline and the root. Root of something or the soul, That's dealing with the that's dealing with the right of the soul. But it say right by blood of the parents, and the term. But it's saying the person's citizenship is determined by the right of blood, that of parents. Okay, like this. Okay, that's good. But at the same, it's a rule is followed in most countries of the world. But it's a right by blood, but we're just talking about the land, okay? Just solely. A person's citizenship is determined by the right of the soil or the land in which one is born. And it say just solely a person's citizenship is determined by the right of the soil or the land in which one is born. So like that is incorrect. So like just because you was born, and this just because you was born in China, but you have Moorish bloodline. Within you don't make you. A China. Chinese or like of that bloodline. So it's like a person's citizenship is determined by the right of soil or the land in which one is born. But it's all about like the right by blood. It's all about the by blood. She like the just sanguinians. A person's citizenship is determined by the right of blood of that of parents. It's the bloodline. It's connected to the bloodline. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, but anyway, she like that's the little definition that I want to speak about. She like then go into like the case laws. Case laws. Then I go into a little black coast. She like then like going into like my status. My status correction get you like more details about like the difference between like the U.S. and the corporate state. The U.S. and the corporate state. Then like the true difference of like flesh and blood being in like a corporation or a public trustee. You know. But like these some case laws dealing with like the right to travel, like that was granted to us by our Creator. Okay, let's say Articles of Confederation, 1781, and this I believe she like it's Article 8, I think Article 8 or Article 6. But anyway, it say the free inhabitants each of these states shall be entitled to privileges and immunities of the free citizens in the several states, and the people of each state shall have free ingress and regress to and from any other state. Any other state. Issue like in state can be, it can be the republic, or it can be like the nation state, or it can be like a corporation to another corporate state. But like you're just saying any other state, so it ain't being Pacific, but at the same time like the Pacific, of it say free ingress for any other states you like don't really have to be as well as like the state. It could be like a political division. But like yeah, but like really she like states was non-existent prior to 1800 anyway. So like really like where it's a and the people of each state shall be free ingress and regress to and from any other a state. That's what it meant. Okay, and Chief Justice McVale Fuller in William versus Fear. This is 1900s, and say undoubtedly the right of locomotion, the right to remove from one place to another according to inclination is an attribute of personal liberty and the right of original. What's that originality? Of free transit from or through the territories of any state is a secured right. It's a right secured by the 14th Amendment and by other provisions of the Constitution. You see, like the Constitution, she like it's not for the salvation of our people, as Noble Drew Ali said, like in the divine warning, So like it's not for our people, but at the same time you can use that like if you in that slave chattel status, but at the same time she like the at the same time she just like I said the Articles of Federation. Dealing with like of John Hanson administration when he was in office. Okay, so which is the first president. Okay, where was that? Okay, And they say just, I mean, well, we can still use that like with the 14, but at the same time, she like, nah, because especially she like, if you melanated, nah, you don't need that. And say, Justice Robert Jackson concerning opinions in Edward versus California, 1941. The right of citizens to migrate from state to state is not, however, an unlimited one. In addition to such and being subject to all constitutional limitations imposed by the federal government, such citizen is subject to some control by state government, some control, and that's just the just of due care. That's it. As them and just public trustees to preserve the rights of the people. That's why I say limited. Um, yeah, they say opposed by the federal government. Such citizens are subject to some control by the state government. He may not, if a fugitive, I mean, from justice, claim freedom to migrate unmolested, nor may he endanger others by carrying, contagion about. Okay, I mean, this causes and perhaps others that do not occur to me now warrant any public authority in stopping a man where it finds him and arresting his progress from a state, line quite as much as from place to place within a state. Okay, and it's a United Universal Declaration of Human Rights, 1948, Article 13. Ain't that something? 13. 13 is death. Death from rebirth. Death from rebirth and coming up until like the holdings. Of your whole being and getting whole and coming back to 0 point, so you can rise your body up. Up to the human resonance. Of like the earth, which the earth is heading to, which is 13. So so like in this, ain't that some shit like it's talking about like 13, which is mom. 13 death and rebirth. It's talking about everybody have the Article 13:1. Everyone have the right to free of movement of residents within the borders of each state. And it say everyone has the right to leave any country, including his own, and to return to his country. You see? Justice William Douglas Kent versus Douglas, something like that. 1958. Go look it up. Say the right to travel is a part of a liberty of which the citizens cannot be deprived without the due process of law under the Fifth Amendment. Free of movement across frontiers in either direction and inside frontiers as well. Was a part of our heritage. Travel abroad, like travel within the country, may be necessary for a livelihood. It may be as close to the heart of the individual as the choice of what he eats or wears or reads. Freedom of movement is based in our schemes of value. You see, if you're a corporate slave, you could. These is your. These is not your rights. These don't apply to you. But if you're a free national or flesh and blood being, and you proclaim it on the public record and to the world, you in front of witnesses, in front of witnesses, and got that government seal of stamp. Shoot, then you have the right or the absolute right. Shoot, to travel. But at the same time, like this was ordained, shoot, like given to you from your creator to right to move. From where did you please back and forth. Before they put people in that corporate status. Now she like now dealing with contract law, she like certain people is bound by certain statutes and codes dealing with that contract. Just like as public trustees, they bound to that oath that even got them in office or even got them in that got them in that administrative position. But at the same time, it's limited. It's limited. She like and they bound by the United States Supreme Codes of Law, which they is bound to. And if they go against you, like in under threat of coercion, harm people of like the liberties and go against the preserving of the rights of the people, they can get sued under Title 20, under a whole lot of titles. You go look it up. But specifically, they can get sued and lose their citizenship under Title 8. Then they can get sued you like fines or even shoot penalty of death because it's treason. Shoot like under Title 18. Title 18, Part 1, Chapter 13, Section 241 and 242 of the United States, commercial codes of law. So like yeah, they public trustees, you like, and they have law, and they have even though she like they probably don't have jurisdiction to even discuss the Constitution. because they private security agents, and it's only certain people that's in that judicial capacity to speak about it. Just like the solicitor general that's speaking about the preserving of the rights, but at the same time she like the attorney general was dealing with the corporate side, so it's high self, lower self, like in and out. She just like Sharif. Sharif is really is Sharif, she was dealing with the organic constitution and preserving the rights of the people, but like the private security agents that masquerading as officers, as officers. Them shoot like is obligated by the United States commercial codes of law, but at the same time, they still should obligated to preserve the rights of the people that they swore an oath to, and they have bond number just in case if they hurt somebody, that we can get reimbursed. Dealing with their line of duty if somebody end up hurt, just like a physician or a doctor, in order they have to have a malpractice bonding number in order to even get in that position anyway. So they have to have a bond even to before they even go. Get into that office to even claim that that authority that is limited. And so so like yeah, yeah, but they public trustees. They public trustees to to really of due care of public safety. That's it. But we as the true government, the true the true de jure people, people of the land, that that's really the true government, self govern. That's why we have to govern ourselves, and don't do anything that's abominable or that's of Roman law or that's of or Babylon or the Goyim or the Gentiles. Don't do anything of the Gentiles, but do everything to preserve the rights of you, the rights of the Most High, preserving the rights of rights and the teachings of Yahshua HaMashiach, the Messiah. The Messiah, she and all of the prophets that came from the past. Came from the past to preserve. She like that's what like Noble Drew Ali. She like no, Noble Drew Ali. She like brought the Moors. She like back on the mount. She like who was always called Moors. He then brought it back back on the mount. She like in North America. So so like it was all divine when he got taught. Because it's always people that's wiser than you, that that will teach you about like what you need to know. Just like El Haj Shabazz. She like went over there and spoke to the Jew, the so-called Jews, and he got schooled. He got schooled by European Muslim that told him that he was already that was already home. She like that he that what she like you calling yourself black, but you actually a Moor. Told him about the real history about like the whole whole planet, but like he came back. She like he they couldn't get him to get into his pockets. So so good, and he was teaching the people about like that they that Negro or Necro mean dead, and it's a status. It's a status, and it's an actual spell, and that's why that's why she like got knocked off as well. She like when we talk about the truth, that's why like now it's reach one, teach one. Just like on this platform like this, reach one, teach one. Like when she was out in public. She was like as was like certain outer gatherings. Like that because like no, you don't do that in Rome. You don't do that in Rome. She like you give like you speak in parables in in Rome. To get get a certain few, then pull them to private and tell them the four jewels. The SS or so they can wash clean, so they can get washed clean, so they can be into a true divine ways via via the Most High. When they come back into nature, she like eating right and doing the right thing. So like yeah, it's all it's all about getting back clean. But like that's the reason why like majority of my prophecy messages got murked out because he was because they was doing it alone. They was doing it alone. They was doing it alone. Then on top of that, she like these leaders. They was the only people that possessed that type of knowledge. It wasn't a grand body of people because if everybody had to possess that same knowledge that that the so-called leader had, she like when that if that leader get knocked out, she like it'll be like another one to step in that place, step in that position to but at the same time, everybody should be on that level to govern themselves, to move and act. You like in a state of a grand body or law. So like to keep the message or the movement, she like in constant flow, or not stagnant. And certain things wasn't like that. That's why like when certain people died or certain leaders died, she like the whole movement went sour, got lost, and things got infiltrated because like everybody didn't possess that same knowledge. That's why like I mean it's different now. That's why it's different now. Yeah, I mean with the apostles and messengers that I mean they came back. I mean to awaken the dead. I mean it's different now. She give us study points in literature. Even though what you Ali said like to change our people, to teach our people, give them give them their own literature, about their own history, and stop I mean pushing them to the to the Roman doctrine. I mean of Rome that was initiated to, to dumb down to like the coming generation because they already know she like what was going to be like the seeds of the Elohims or the seeds of the Elohims that was going to get raised by the parents. That came she like and like that was raised she like a born in like the 1950s or whatever like that and them children them children are going to get raised up and produce produce more children and there's going to be the true Elohim seeds and they already know she like they was coming she was dealing with the age of Aquarius. That's why they dumped a whole lot of people down, put a whole lot of screens or technology in front of our face. Around that time to make our DNA go backwards. I mean, against the true vibration or the realm changing that we heading to. You know, so like it's all counteract. It's all counteract. But it's all done out of technology and I mean, uh, cowardness. So like it's not dealing with. It's all technology. So that's why like the devil rule is up, and and we and we can come back into ourselves. When we know or we have a strong will to do that. But at the same time, she like we have to stop and we have to really want to stop. Stop in our bad way in our evil and lawless ways. But at the same time, she majority of people is not gonna get right. A whole lot of majority gonna perish. She said it in the good book. She like 3/4 of people gonna perish. So like yeah, they ain't my mission to she like to bring this knowledge to everybody because most people are the lawless. You can't bring law to the lawless. Real talk. Or she, but the law, she like really is. Is for the beast or the law that she like to get them back into like civilized principles. But at the same time, she was like some beast is not going to clean up or get out their evil ways anyways, and that's going to backfire on them. So I would never even she like be think about she like to teaching or bring a law to no lawless person unless they really want to cleanse themselves and get right. So yeah. But anyway, let me read a few more of these. Highways or public roads which every citizen have a right to use. Wild versus DEIG. Um, and say the essential feature of a high road is that it is a way of which the public at large have a right to pass. State versus Pearson. It is settled that the streets of a city belonging to the people of the state and the use thereof of its inalienable rights of every state of every citizen of the state. White versus city of Sacramento. uh, Escobedo versus state of the motor vehicle. The right of citizens, the right of a citizen to travel upon the public highway, public highways and to transfer his property therein is an ordinary course, of life in a business is a common law right which he has under his right, to enjoy life and liberty to acquire and possess property and to pursue the happiness and safety. It's all about the pursuit of happiness. There, rights of like Declaration rights of indigenous people or rights of of independence of man. Thompson versus Smith. That's where it came from. And I'm gonna read a few more. Okay. A highway according to the common law is a place in which all people have a right to pass. A common street and public highway are the same. In any way which is common to all the people may be called a highway. Scanner versus town of Winterfield. Ain't that something? And say at a common law, every member of the public has a right to use in a reasonable matter and with due care. It's all about you see due care. That's what it's like due care. She like stop where where the stoplight. She like reading the stop sign. Reading the stop sign. She like that's what like don't go into somebody lane or whatever like that to cause them harm. It's all about preserving the rights of the people, self govern. See, it's all about due care. You know. Okay. You know, yeah. And it's the Christian Black Codes of 1724, March 24. 1724. Shoot, majority of people shoot like saying that they Christians. Saying they Christians or Catholics, but they don't know what the Catholic faith came from. When we failed dealing with the Inquisition, dealing with the Inquisition, they even said shoot like in Article 4. It's a Negroes placed under the direct or supervision of any other person than a Catholic are liable to compensation. So like any person of copper color, copper color, she like after this was passed, if it was in the direct or any supervision of any other person than a Catholic, are liable to confiscation. And it says Sundays and holidays are to be strictly observed. All Negroes found that work on these days ought to be confiscated. That's what our tradition. She like going. That tradition. She like going. Going to Sunday. Going to church every Sunday. Tradition came from these black codes. That was given from from slaveholders. It's a discrete. It's a Article 1. This the perfect one. The important one. It's a decrease the expulsion of the Jews from the colony. With the true Jews or the Yudas or the Yahudis. Yeah, with the true Jews or the that follow the true Judaic teaching. That went sour in these people. These people that didn't have no original bloodline in them, or like the people that did. She like that. They went sour and that converted. To Christianity. She like sold us down the river and had us and push Roman doctrine. Doctrine and Gentile doctrine on us, which is abomination by law. Um, and it's funny. It's funny. She like it doesn't say no. Yeah. I want the right there. I want the. It's a Article 10. Okay. It say if the husband be a slave and the woman a free woman, it is our will. That their children of every sex they may be, shall share the common condition of their mother and be as free as she, notwithstanding to the servitude of her father. And if the father be free and the mother be mother a slave, then the children should also be slaves. So like the bloodline carries through the mother. If the mother is a slave, the child will be slaves. That's why it's most important for the child, for the woman to nationalize and get into nationality and get into birthright and get into trust law, should like in her ordinaments. So he could claim the trust because like only the mothers or the woman is a true benefit, a true inheritance over the estate. We just the caretaker. We just the keeper. Keepers over the trust. We just the planet keeper. That's it. But the planet, itself and the true inheritors of the planet. Planet or the possessor of the planet is the woman. You know. But yeah. But anyway, yeah. I want to go. But yeah. Check this out, man. Like it's got 52 sections. I think 52 or 53 sections. She like it goes deep about like about what they did. She like in 1724, she like in them times in the early 1700s and the late 1700s, dealing with the dealing with the Inquisition and the Roman Pontifex. Which is colonizing. She like the North lands. But anyway, so we not get together because I already know she like when we get together, she like our heat or our vibration come together. She will enlighten. She with the soul. She like that next to us with our aura. That's why she like they went in them times. She like they had slave marshals or slave patrols that they called patrols, and it was in a 10-mile radius. There was three of them in a 10-mile radius to see or to spot or to or to check on like to see if like any person falling more. That was in groups together to separate them. And if they in master groups together, let a mediator or a so-called mediator. She like be there to watch them. But I already know she like it's only one mediator. She under God, and that's the Christ. Through the Son. So like, and that's how they broke the spirit down. They sent a shockwave to all other people. She like worldwide because we connected by the heart, by the energetical compound force of the heart. She like it's so powerful, man. So powerful by the heart. By the heart. She like that's why like they stripped our heart. Stripped our heart away. She like over time. And she would made and condemned it with all these bad foods, all these bad thoughts, negative energy. She like emotions. All the stuff that clouded. Yeah, but yeah, say Ain't this something? It say, Article 51, however, should slaves be appointed by their master tutors to their children, says slaves shall be held and regarded as being set free to all intent and purposes. So they're talking about like the master should be tutors to their children, so they can take the culture and so they can take the culture out of out of the little children and raise them up to how they want to be as a kin as a kin or the seed. Or the seed because they stole out his. And they already know she like everything about about us and how to conquer us with the Renaissance. But we already know. But that's why she like the devil rulers up. And that's why she like the age of information is exploring. Exploring. She like and it's come out of vast information and vast vast form. She like anybody should can know it. Know anything. She like if they really want it and by thought it'll come. It'll come to you that that fast dealing with like the upgrade of the DNA. But at the same time like it's about you as far as like being in tune with yourself and all that. All that will come to you via the Most High. Via the Most High, like when you get back connected, but at the same time, she like it's some people, some people ain't gonna happen to. Everybody. That's what I said. She like you have to get back in tune with yourself, your body, your mind, and come back into soul, come back into yourself. She like get back into that sun. I'm gonna get back into the sun right now. She like, oh yeah. But anyway, before I go, for the purpose of this video, I want to clarify. The term United States and U.S. mean only the federal legislative democracy of the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, and Guam, America Samoa, and any other territories within the United States, which entity has its origin and jurisdiction from Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 through 18, and Article 4, Section 3, Clause 2 of the Constitution for the United States of America. The terms United States and U.S. are not to be construed to mean or include the sovereign United 50 States of America, and I'm a part of the 50 continental states of America called Tachis. Okay, and it's neither born nor naturalized in the United States nor subject to its jurisdiction. I am, and I am not, and have never been, as described in 26 CFR 1 through 1 in the 14th Amendment, a U.S. citizen. Therefore, I am alien with respect to the U.S. I'm alien or foreign to the U.S., but I'm not alien or foreign to this territorial landmass of North America. Get that straight. Okay? I am not and have never been, as described in 26 U.S.C. 865 G1A, a resident of the U.S. I am, as described in 26 U.S.C. 865 G1B, a non-resident alien of the U.S. I am not and have never been, as described in 26 U.S.C. 7701 a U.S. person. I am not and have never been, as described in 26 U.S.C. 7701 a taxpayer. I'm non-obligatory. I'm not exempt. I am immune via the Most High. And 13, she like I hope I covered some rights or like unalienable rights or birthrights that you probably didn't know that you had, but but it's all about studying. She was it's getting back into self, getting back into study. She like I don't claim to be no teacher, no guru. She like no messenger, no prophet, none of that. I'm just a child of the Most High, giving back a messenger and giving back. She like what the prophet and messenger gave back to me. 13, and I hope she like this dispensation of information help somebody out. In their travels or in their way. And she was like, I'm thankful for you to even listen to this far because like your time is valuable. And I hope y'all got something that's valuable or jewels out of this piece or length of film. But 13, I love y'all. I love y'all. 13, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice all day and every day. A true more, true arrogant all day and every day. The land. But at the same time, she was all about the pure. We ending that bloodshed and getting back into the purity and the all white, the garments of righteousness. As I said in Revelation, what's that, 9 verse 18? The garments of righteousness, or 18 verse 9, something like that. But anyway, 13:13. I love y'all.